Now we will be studying in this video about the respiration in plants. Okay, now see what it's written. Plants, they respire by taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. So this is what? This is respiration. Plants, they do respiration. But photosynthesis, what we have studied in photosynthesis, the plants take in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen, and that oxygen we breathe. This is photosynthesis. But in respiration in plants, it's the opposite, right? So plants, they take in oxygen. Now they're taking in oxygen and they are giving out carbon dioxide. So this difference is very important to remember for all of you. Don't forget it, okay? So respiration plants, stomata. The leaves of most plants have tiny pores called stomata, mostly on the underside. Underside means the lower surface of the leaf, they have stomata. The guard cells on either side of the stomata regulate their opening and closing. So suppose this is the guard cell and this hole is the stomata. This cavity that you can see is the stomata. Okay, this is the guard cell. So this guard cell will open and close, and accordingly the gases exchange, they take place. Stomata are also involved in the process of photosynthesis and transpiration, stomata being about the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in plant cells. So they not only exchange carbon dioxide and oxygen, but they also, see, what do? They also release water, and when water loses out of the plant body, that process is called as transpiration. What is transpiration? That is loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant, from aerial parts of plant, like leaves, from the leaves when they lose water, that is known as transpiration. So these all takes place from stomata. So please, my dear students, remember this difference. Okay, in photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen, but in respiration it is the opposite. They take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Don't get confused here. Next is the lenticels. So what are the lenticels? They are openings found on the barks of trees or stems and roots. So if you see in certain plants or trees, you will find these small openings. These are called the lenticels. They help in exchange of gases between the plant and the atmosphere. So from these lenticels, the gaseous exchange takes place. They can be raised, circular, oval or elongated. That is the shape of the lenticels. Even some fruits like apples and vegetables like potatoes have lenticels on them. So this is an apple. So all these tiny pores that you can see, and even if you go and observe a potato at home, then you will find such small dots there too. So these are nothing but lenticels, and from this also gaseous exchanges takes place. Fine. Now, pneumatophores or breathing roots are an adaptation of roots in trees, usually found in mangroves in swampy areas. So sometimes in areas which is rich in soil and quite marshy, in those areas the trees that are growing, they have a special adaptation of root which are called as the pneumatophores. These roots, they are also called as the breathing roots. Okay, so these are the pneumatophores, and what happens, you can see, is that these trees are partially submerged. You can see these are partially. One part of the tree is under the water and one part is above the water, which makes gaseous exchange difficult. So as this structure is in this way, so obviously the gaseous exchange becomes difficult. These roots come up from the submerged main roots in the water. They have lenticels on the surface for breathing. So from these submerged, that is, which is under the water, from here only the roots, they will start coming out, and as they come out, they are going to have these lenticels, this spots that you can see, and from here the gaseous exchanges takes place. So here the roots have got submerged, and then from here the pneumatophores or the breathing breathing roots have emerged. And these breathing roots, why are they called breathing roots? Because they have the lenticels present on them. So this is all about new metaphors. And diffusion, third is the diffusion is a process of gaseous exchange through the surface of leaves and stems of herbaceous plants. So gaseous exchange takes place from the leaves, stems. Okay, so we know about diffusion also. Now we'll be studying about the differences between photosynthesis and respiration. Let's see. Photosynthesis utilizes, okay, now photosynthesis and respiration. All right, what it is saying, it utilizes carbon dioxide, water, sunlight in the presence of chlorophyll, okay, to produce glucose, that is the food, okay, plus oxygen is released in the atmosphere. All right, this takes place only during day because the process needs sunlight, and it is photosynthesis only takes place during day because we are in need of sunlight. All right, respiration in plants takes place all the time, okay, respiration all the time. Like photosynthesis takes place only in day because photo means light, so we need sunlight, okay, but respiration takes place all the time. Hence, during the daytime, plants use a part of the oxygen produced during photosynthesis for respiration. So the plants, they have produced this oxygen, right? Now this oxygen will be utilized by respiration process. So whatever oxygen the plants have produced, again this oxygen will be required by the plants for respiration. I told you before that in respiration plants take in oxygen. So whatever oxygen they have produced, they are again going to take in that same oxygen for the respiration, oxygen in. The oxygen is used to break down complex food material and produce energy and carbon dioxide. So this oxygen which has been taken in, they will act on the glucose which is present and then will break down into carbon dioxide plus energy. All right, so this is how respiration takes place. Now the amount of carbon dioxide produced due to respiration is not sufficient for photosynthesis, and hence carbon dioxide is absorbed from the atmosphere. So what it is saying is that due to respiration, now this respiration that is taking place here, whatever carbon dioxide is being produced, it is not in sufficient quantity, it is in less quantity. That's why what happens is that carbon dioxide is required in more amount from atmosphere. All right, so this is the difference between photosynthesis and respiration. Let's see this picture. Okay, so photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast, fine. Respiration takes place in the mitochondria. Okay, photosynthesis is in the presence of light, respiration is all the time. Photosynthesis requires carbon dioxide and water, and respiration requires oxygen and glucose. Okay, fine. Photosynthesis, we get glucose and oxygen as an end product, but respiration we get the complete opposite, that is carbon dioxide and water. What is the energy source for photosynthesis? It is light. And what is the energy source for respiration? It is the chemical bonds. In photosynthesis, the energy is stored, and in my respiration, the energy is released. Okay, so in this way, the photosynthesis versus respiration takes place. Okay, so I hope this entire chapter has got clear to you. If not, then please rewatch this video, and obviously you will ask me your doubts in the class. All right, so watch all the videos that I have made on this chapter, and hopefully I'm sure that you will understand it. Okay, in case not, again we'll study about this together. All right, then take care. Bye.